This is AI Jim Ross, and you're about to listen to Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast. This show is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Don't be a slapdick and get offended by anything on this show. And hey, slap nuts, if you do get offended, that's a you problem.
Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Booking the Territory unprofessional wrestling podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people, my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast, where today we're covering WCW Saturday Night on TBS from December the 5th of 1992. This is, as we said last week, the birthday episode of BTT. More on that in a minute. It is, the 9th anniversary, and we'll get into all that in a second. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button on the video. And lastly, type a comment or two, what you liked or didn't like about the episode. It does help the channel grow greatly. I don't care if you hated this show, type it in there and tell us you hate it. But if you love it, that means a whole lot more. So please put that down as well. But just make sure you subscribe and like the video. Also, a special shout out to our largest page contributors monthly: Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Mike Childry, Joe Ice, good old Justin. Thank you for your generous support on Patreon each and every month, and basically being the largest sponsors of this show in the Patreon pool. Doc, now that I got all that out the way, I'm sorry, Harper, now that I got all that out the way, how are you?
I'm doing great. So we're 9 years old now?
We are 9 years old. About 9 years ago, I sat at Doc's kitchen table and we recorded in person the first rather mud show and pathetic episode of BTT 9 years ago. You're correct.
Oh.
It sucked.
No, come on.
It was bad.
We all talking about like fucking Ring of Honor shit.
Kevin Owens was brought up. I remember we talked a little WWE, Ring of Honor, maybe a little Impact. I believe actually that particular week, Mickie James was pushed into the subway tracks of a subway train or something like that. And Doc was hot about that. So there was a promo about that from Impact. But yeah, we kind of talked about a bunch of stuff. I believe 28 people listened to that episode the very first week it dropped. So,
and where are they at now?
Well, T-Hog's still around, and Chris Sapita, he's still around, even though he...
Jesus Christ, they've been around that long?
Even though he hates me.
Why?
A lot. I don't know. I'm just talking.
That's nice.
So I know they're still around. I know Marty Howell and Moretti came aboard at some point within the first year, and 49er Dodger, Armando Martinez, he did too. You know, I'm probably forgetting a name or two that'll curse me out via Twitter or Facebook or email, but I don't know. It's been a fun ride. 9+ years. Wow. 9 years.
That's nice.
I know. And then you joined us like 6 months into the excursion.
That's right. Because I had to let y'all get through all the bullshit, fucking get over yourselves.
All right, on that note, Doc, how are you?
Still getting over all the bullshit.
Yeah.
I guess I'm doing all right, man. In true mud show, unprofessional. What is that?
What was what?
God, this thing is okay. So I'm hot because I come here to get started, and as we all know, Mike and I are punctual to the second. And I flipped the computer on because I'd already restarted it. and it says 0% getting ready to do updates.
Oh, fuck.
Took 25 minutes.
God damn.
So we're late. We might as well not even do this. This ought to be the last episode. I got some kind of stomach bug. I feel like shit.
Oh, fuck. You shitting all the time?
No, this one's just, it hurts like a son of a bitch. It just sucks. But hey,
fuck.
we haven't let pandemics, riots, printer cartridges, or computer issues stop us once in 9 years. So it's not going to happen tonight.
That's right. We play hurt, dog.
That's true. If I'm not mistaken, if this is 9 years and there's 52 weeks in a year, we've done 468 shows just on the main feed, just on the normal thing.
God damn. Is that include Smoky Mountain?
No, that's a whole other 200 episodes.
Jesus.
Plus whatever we have done for the patrons.
Oh, God damn.
And I told Mike, I did some mathematics today, and just the main feed show that we do, if you take an average of an hour and a half show, works out to 29 days of our lives we have spent recording this.
My God. Thanks, Mike.
We are Jack's wasted life.
Yeah.
Again, none of this would be possible without all the great, faithful listeners that we have. I will never forget the day in 2015, maybe before Harper joined, where Mike kind of had his head in his hands at his desk, and he goes, "Man, we only had like 50 people listen to the show. I don't know if it's worth it to keep going." And
that was a few months in, too.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You're like calling the Harper, release the Kraken.
Right. And I was like, he goes, the only thing that makes me want to keep doing this is I got a buddy who does a podcast that says you just got to stick with it. And we got to keep trying to push through. And we got Harper. And I don't know if it was when we got Harper or before that. I came to Mike and said, what if I just heel out on everybody listening? Just every show. I'm just a foul individual. And he's like, shit, we ain't got nothing to lose and nobody to run off. You might as well.
Hence the phrase when I always say he's playing heel.
Right.
That's the genesis of it.
That's the genesis of it, is I came to him and I said, look, I don't really know what I'm doing, but what if I just tried to play heel here? Work the room, you know? And at that point, Mike was so down on his luck with this whole thing, he was like, might as well.
Yeah.
And so right about that time, that seemed to work, and we got Harper, and certainly we got a boost from the Smoky Mountain stuff and Corny. But the truth is that other than Harper and me, the real stars of the show are the fans.
Oh, God. You sound like Becky Lynch.
Right. But I still put us over.
Yeah.
And like you said, we've got some fans out there. I prefer to call them friends at this point. That, gosh, they've been with us forever. T-Hog.
See, I just look at them as like, remember like on Seinfeld? I mean, that's when Cheers, when you have like the main people and there was like 2 or 3 other guys that were kind of sitting there listening. They
might get a speaking part every once in a while.
Right. That's how I look at everyone else. Like
that's how I look at the Goon Squad.
Like we're all in on this together.
Yeah, we're all in the same bar.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. The Crankmaster Jaworski's in the corner wanking with himself. I'm not cranking no man off. I don't care how much Abducted in Plain Sight tries to normalize that. If that's what you like, that's great. But Jaworski's in the corner by himself.
Hey, we try to have an inclusive podcast where everybody can bring their best self. To this,
he's in the corner jerking off to Christy Alley.
Okay.
Or Impact.
As long as.
Or AEW.
Hey, is Phil Allen still listening?
Yeah, I believe so. Hey, he just re-signed up on Patreon. I'm glad you reminded me of that. So thank you,
There
Phil.
you go.
There's a shout out. Moretti contributed a lot to this thing with his ability for us to circumvent certain avenues and get things up and running. Our big three that you talk about at the beginning, the Ice and Childry and the good doctor.
And Justin.
We've brought people back from the dead. I mean, we don't have to sit here and talk about it, but I mean,
that's right.
We went halfway around the world to Australia, where I read today that Uncle Raj is trying to get a team in Australia or some games over there.
I saw that, dude. What the fuck, bro? Like, just how much money do you need, bro? Like, what the fuck? It's like I was watching a baseball game, and they got the fucking on their sleeve. Every team has, like a logo or some fucking. It's like, bro, how much money do y'all need, bro?
It's Harper,
I can see like the indoor football league doing like that because they got a pot to piss in. But what the fuck does Major League Baseball got to do that, bro?
Well, there's two things. One is there's a belief in business, and this is I've heard it more than once. If you're not growing, you're dying.
Okay.
And the other thing is they do those kinds of things to keep the Arena League without a pot to piss in.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have what? Unconvinced Ray over there in the other side of the world.
Yeah, Brother Dave, we brought him back from the dead, man.
Drawing breath because Harper came in and it didn't kill our podcast, so our podcast brought him back to life. I mean, think about that. If we had to listen to you, Mike, and ended the podcast, he might not be with us today.
Wow. I'm like a functioning alcoholic Jesus.
You started describing your friend having relations with a deaf woman, and his wife had put the earbuds in his ear to his favorite podcast, and the man woke up listening to you make noises like a baby seal was being beaten to death.
I told that story to some family members not too long ago who looked at me like, I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah.
We have who's else? What was it? We got Best Dave Ever out there running around. I'm gonna forget some folks for sure.
Let me say this. Let me say this about Best Dave Ever. He's got to have the record. Shout out to Best Dave Ever, Hall of Fame patron. He's got to have the record for most listens of every episode because he's gone through the library like 12 times at this point. So I respect you, Booker, man. That is a level of, man, you guys are awesome that I would have never imagined when we started this thing. He's gone through so many, like he's made multiple passes through Smoky Mountain, multiple passes through the NWA stuff. That's commitment.
And I understand it. I mean, we've whoa. That damn phone was turned up because we tried to use that a minute ago. We've had some listeners that passed away.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that has sucked. And
I got one. R.I.P. Doug the Tar. He passed away on us. Back in 16 or 17.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's been
damn. That's
but you think about it, and whenever we went through a pandemic together, when you couldn't go do stuff, and podcasts were important to kind of listen to, take your mind off of stuff. Corny says this a lot. You lose pets, you lose family members, you're in the hospital, you job losses. So it's not lost on, well, it might be lost on Harper, but it's not lost on Mike and I that this podcast is used by some of you to get through some of the more difficult times in your life.
That's
Like
right.
like watching Eric Watts beat every great wrestler of any renown.
Yeah, with some like Japanese sidekick that's just you might as well be a potted plant.
Come on.
He don't. I mean, we would. Okay, I'm over
So, Mike,
exaggerating.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a minute. Mike, how many more years do you think we have left in us? Or should we tell everybody the big secret tonight?
On the planet or for the show? Which one are we talking about here?
For the show.
Oh, we're going to keep going as long as our health and, we can do so. I mean, there's no plans to shut down. I can't wait to get to the Nitro years, and the years that I would really start to worry is once you get past WCW's boom after the Nitro years, and then we got to keep going with WCW through the death years before it actually ends up dying. I mean, I'd love to get to that point just so we could really crap on the stuff that needs to be crapped on like we do now. But, I wanted to say one other thing, Doc, but let me let you finish because you said how many more years. We're going to keep the train rolling as long as we can.
Yeah, there's no plans for any sort of anything else. We feel like certainly no day is promised, but we'll be here next year to celebrate 10, and the year after that, and the year after that. We'll keep going. And again, this is our me time, right?
That's right.
So this is our me
then
time.
We got fucking Ian Riccabotti's even listening. He's a doctor now, huh? You saw that?
I didn't see that, but yeah, it's great to have the best play-by-play man in professional wrestling listening to this mug show outfit. Underused.
Yet he loves to smile a lot, apparently, from every picture I see from him.
He's a happy guy.
Come on.
But I'm a big fan of his work. I was a big fan of his work when he got with Caprice in Ring of Honor, and he's another very welcome, even though he's a slimy Philadelphia sports fan kind of person.
Oh, come on.
What? I don't like those people.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, let's see. He works in a pharmaceutical patient services by day, sits on the local school board while finishing up his NBA, still finds time to hit the gym, train for a marathon, and be a husband and a father. In his spare time, he's also a play-by-play announcer for Ring of Honor.
God, he gets a lot more done than we do.
I know, dude. What the fuck is he like an android? He's like the AI.
Here's what we'll do. We'll get him a couple of kids that play youth sports, and we'll take care of that free time.
He's got that right now. He's got one. His son plays baseball right now.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Fine then. Way to scoreboard me, Riccaboni. Appreciate it. So anyway, this is a place. So Mike and I don't, Harper goes out and hangs out with the guy. Do you ever hang out with the Wildcat guys or guys and your little buddies or go down to the bar?
I don't lie, more and more. I'm starting to just sit here.
Okay, that's going to happen. And Mike and I
Al Bundy.
Yeah.
Al Bundy. Harper's turned into Bundy. I love it.
Yeah.
So this is a time when we get together and talk shit and kick each other in the shins and talk about wrestling, and that's important, fun and shit like that. So Mike, what were you going to say?
All right. When this show started, I had a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Damn.
Now I have a 19-year-old and a 16-year-old. So almost 2 adults now. You only had 1 kid.
Yeah, and he was 3. And we had the second one like 6 months after we started.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And you were like, the numbers weren't doing well. And I we knew we were pregnant with the second one when this started, and you're like, look, the numbers aren't doing good for the show. You're not even going to be able to do this once you have that second kid. It's going to be a wrap. And so that was another reason why we were like, we're not sure we're going to keep doing this. Harper maybe really did save the show.
You're welcome.
Thoughts and prayers, dog. And since then, we've gotten nothing but wonderful Harper rants.
Well, and think about it. My daughter does not know a time when I didn't do this.
That's what I'm saying. You even have, yeah.
And really neither does Latrell in that sense. And so like they don't remember or know of a time. This is just part of, okay, so the other night we're sitting at dinner and it came up that Harper didn't know what yeet meant. I don't remember how, but that's where we're at. And we were talking about, I was telling them that Mike and I were telling Harper about our kids and all their stupid slang. And the kids are like, aren't y'all listened to all over the world? And I'm like, depends on how you define that, but sure. Remember the guy that we...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to hell.
Why?
Anyway, that's when I was playing heel. That wasn't me.
That's the same. Around the same time they tried to cancel us because you said, Mike, when I said we're gonna set the Smoky Mountains on fire by covering Smoky Mountain Wrestling, I didn't mean literally set it on fire. Oh my God!
When they had the forest fires.
The outraged police lit up Twitter and Facebook. I'm like, can y'all not take a joke? But continue, Doc.
So they think now they're famous because they got talked about on a worldwide podcast. And boy, do I have some sour news for them. But anyway, we are, I think, on 6 of the 7 continents that we know of, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So not Alaska.
What?
Sir.
I mean,
Antarctica.
Antarctica, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Can you stream down there? I mean, they do have scientists that go down there.
That's where they got the special weapons and stuff, right? It's where
no, I've never seen a download from Antarctica. You can see downloads by region, and I don't think I've ever seen one come from there. So the scientists don't find us too appealing to listen to, I guess.
Certainly we've had our share of gut-busting laughter, mostly coming from something Harper has told us about. Remember when he first started? And he was going to take his date at the time to the Waffle House for...
Marinette for fucking Valentine's Day.
Yeah. That was one of the first, like, just amazing moments of this show. I don't know that Mike and I have ever laughed that hard.
At the Waffle House. Oh, those were the days.
Those were the days. Now you just sit at home and stew in anger.
Yeah, I wait for the Dodgers game and like, all right, how much sleep am I going to lose tonight? Because they start at fucking 9 o'clock. Because it's 2 hours ahead.
So not only have our kids gotten older throughout this show, but we've turned into old men.
Harper's gotten worse than all of us.
Harper has aged exponentially in the last few months. I'm here to tell you.
You don't know how many times he told me, bro, I get home, I want to kick my shoes off and sit down, drink me a rolling rock, don't want to be bothered.
Leave me the fuck alone.
But also, let's just, we can start on the show here in a second, but just thank you to all of you who retweet, the mullets of Mortons, the eyes of Gibsons, the fake Stan Lanes, the PN Newses, the Gosh, there's so many. I'm going to forget so many. But just trying to, hey, y'all have been a part of this ride as well. I mean, not as big a part as like us, but again, y'all are in the bar with us. Who am I forgetting? Who's a good, strong listener that I'm forgetting?
I mean, I'm sure we're forgetting someone. I should probably shout out Zoncha, yeah.
Zoncha and Adam.
Adam
yes.
Price. Sean Sparks, little fella, half pint.
Yeah, half pint.
Keith.
Does Raleigh Arnwine still listen?
Yes, he is still a patron. He does still listen. Every now and then I'll hear from him on Twitter, even though I don't check Twitter as much as I used to, but he
How about Mikey
definitely
and
listens.
DFW?
Yes, Mikey and DFW.
Oh, y'all should go hang out with him.
I have hung out with him before.
Oh.
There you go. Busted.
Matt Wilson, who loves Harper's friend Randy, loves Randy's stories about Randy. By the way, before I forget, I did post in the Facebook group as we're recording this, a post saying, share your comments about your favorite moments over the last 9 years. Towards the end of this show, I'm going to read as many comments as I can. I'm not going to read them all, but I'll read as many as I can, depending on how much time we have. So just wanted to mention that. We'll come back to it later.
Thanksgiving manuals and traditions now. We have so much to be thankful for. But you know what we need to be most thankful for is classic wrestling. Should we talk about some and then come back and blow ourselves some more at the end with these? I
got to tell y'all something that I saw.
Uh-oh.
On I-10. I'm driving down I-10, right? And they got a Mustang. Yeah. One, like the 80s to early 90s Mustang that like every dipshit that you went to high school fucking drove. And he's going like 40 miles an hour. I was like, what the fuck is this dude's doing, bro? Bruh, as I pull up close, this motherfucker has got his head out the window like fucking Ace Ventura driving because apparently the hood just boom flew up and it was like smacked against the fucking windshield, bro.
Now, can you describe what this guy looked like?
Some fucking white dude that looked like some, like an adult Beavis and Butthead.
Typical Metairie dipshit.
No, fuck, dude. This dude was he wasn't from Metairie.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, look at this motherfucker on the I-10 with the windshield, with the hood completely bent back against the fucking windshield. And he's got his head out the window, just fucking cruising down I-10.
God.
Pull over,
Jesus
dude.
Christ, dude.
Pull over.
Bro. He just said, fuck it, bro.
Pull over.
I'm surprised he was going 40 miles an hour.
Jesus, you ain't lying.
Well, and he can get away with that there because the cops all have way more serious things to take care of.
Yeah. Oh, and I went to my favorite grocery store.
You have a favorite grocery store?
The salvage
place, bruh. I bought a bottle of Scotch for $4.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. Don't drink that, Harper.
Yeah, Tiffany's like, why did you buy this? I was like, it was $4.
What? Do we have a brand name on this?
It's McCormick. You know, like the seasoning? Oh.
Yeah, they do other bottles of types. And was it plastic?
No, that's what I told her. She's like, this is cheap shit. I was like, well, it's in a glass bottle, so you know it's good.
No, that's not.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's like, what are you going to do with this? I don't know. Give it to some fucking wino or something. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Gross.
$4 Scotch. I don't like Scotch that's $100. I ain't drinking $4.
I don't like it either. It was $4.
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah. Me neither.
Yeah, Scotch is nasty.
Yeah.
One last shout out to Jim Vinsky, David Jordan, Mike Crockett for helping run that degenerate Facebook page of ours over the last few years. Because Lord knows I take frequent sabbaticals, and I think you guys helped to. I know you all helped to cleanse it from time to time when the Facebook police are out. Yeah.
Get out the
Good
rubber
dudes, though.
gloves and the bleach.
Yeah,
Good
it's
man.
probably
Good man.
it's probably cleaning Bourbon Street, fucking right after Mardi Gras.
You just pour some bleach in there and set it on fire.
So we'll come back to the comments towards the end of the show. On that particular note, we are going to get started on the December 5th of 1992 episode of Saturday Night on TBS. This week's episode, I believe it was taped November 23rd of 92 at Center Stage. The intro, let me hit play on the video version. The intro, we have Jim Ross and Larry Zbyszko once again on commentary to start the show. Jim Ross, y'all gonna love this, says that due to his actions on the main event Sunday of last week, Barry Windham has been fined $5,000 by WCW. And I got some comments when we interview Barry later. I'm just going to leave it at that. Because Barry's been fined, but Sting couldn't be fined for what he did to Vader. More on that later,
That's
though.
bullshit.
I know. We're going to get there, Harper, though. So every time you hear about a fine, I mentioned Watts with his fines in Mid-South. Well, apparently he only fines heels. Anyway, Doc, that was the intro. We're going to hear from Barry later, but before we discuss that any longer, you got any thoughts on the intro before we go to Too Cold Scorpio versus Bob Cook?
Yeah, I had the note about Barry, and I figured we'd get there later. So Larry is on color. He's kind of playing heel now, but when we last saw him, he was a baby face. And they really need to get one guy for JR to work with.
Well, JR ain't got too much longer here. So.
Right.
Maybe that's why.
Well, no, he gets caught in the Watts crossfire in terms of why he ends up gone.
I know.
But I like Larry on commentary with JR. I think he's
I don't
good.
dislike him, but I'm going to turn in next week and it'll be Hayes, and the next week it'll be so-and-so, and it's like, what are we doing?
I hear you. We go to Too Cold Scorpio versus Bob Cook. Scorpio, of course, comes to the ring dancing. He's doing his thing. Looks good. He's in there against Bob Cook, who's legitimate, one of the better enhancement talents that I just probably never gave enough credit to until I started rewatching these. But he's good. Anyway, Doc, let me go to you. This is the opening match on this week's show.
339. Oh, wait. I'm not seeing the video version, by the way.
Hold on. Oh, make sure.
Yeah, it's not up.
I shared it. So
it's hard. It's hard for me to play along with these shenanigans if I can't see what I'm. There we go.
I just redid it. So 339.
Scorpio. Well, yeah, but first Scorpio had some music and it was kind of weird sounding, and I just wonder what he came out to originally. 339.
I thought that was his. I didn't make a note of it, but I mean he's got his original music. I thought that's what he started. All right, let's go to 339. But anyway, what are we looking for? Anything in particular?
My thing is, we've seen it now a million times, but in '92, this move was pretty something.
Especially the way he does it.
Yeah.
He's got springs in his legs, man.
I wonder
he does.
Send that to Luke Hawks, because I could Google it right now, but I'm not going to. And Luke loves hearing from listeners. Yeah. But just look at how easy he. I mean, watch how he goes up. It's like he gets shot into the ropes.
It says up. Here he was trained in New Japan.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's what I've always heard. God,
he trained in the New Japan dojo.
All right, what else you got for me, Doc?
You can say whatever you want about whatever you want, but that 450 still looks impressive in 2024.
Yeah, he does it. He makes it look completely effortless.
That's the word I was going to use. It's effortless. I mean, he hits Bob Cook with this super kick. Looks great. I mean, it ain't Chris Adams, but nothing is. And then it's followed by this 450 off the top. And he just, boop. Perfect landing, too.
Yeah.
Incredible. And credit Bob Cook. Bob Cook made him look like $1 million.
Correct.
He does not get enough credit. Anyway, and then Scorpio dances afterwards.
Why not?
From there, Doc.
Go, Ninja, go.
Here comes the hot top.
From there, we go to a promo. It's very short. JR asks Scorpio about Battle Bowl coming up and says, it's my first one. And when Battle Bowl is done, they'll just, they'll know who Too Cold Scorpio is. It was extremely short, so I wasn't going to play it. Doc, do you have anything from it?
Not a thing.
Yeah, it was really, really quick. JR and Larry Zbyszko then talk about the NWA title being defended at Starrcade, and Larry Zbyszko says it'll be the first time 2 Japanese wrestlers will battle for it at Starrcade, and then we see some footage of Muta and highlights from him since he will be involved in that matchup. Any thoughts on the highlight package from Muta here?
Is that correct that it's the first time that 2 Japanese guys have wrestled for the NWA title?
At Starrcade?
Right.
No, I think they meant at Starrcade specifically.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they mean like ever in the history of wrestling. Because, I mean, actually, if Chono's the champion right now and he's in Japan with the belt, he's probably wrestling. Yeah, he's wrestling right. I didn't look at the results, but I'm assuming he's doing some wrestling for the belt over in Japan, which would be against other Japanese wrestlers. So, yeah.
That was my point. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they meant specifically at Starrcade. From there, we go to Tom Zenk and Johnny Gunn. Harper, what?
Bro, look at that tie. Go back to that tie. That shit looked like fucking bacon or something.
Bacon?
Well, I'm going to try to pause
Yeah,
it. I'm going to try to pause it. I'm going to try to pause it when it gets to it.
It was like meat print. What? Okay.
Look at that face.
Fucking
Jesus
dipshit.
Christ.
Harper called him a dipshit.
Look. God, that tie looks disgusting.
It does kind of
Damn.
remind you of bacon.
Who in the fuck would wear that goddamn tie, bro?
Only the best for the sleep monsters.
Oh, God.
So, Doc, these 2 are taking on Mustafa Saeed and Rex Cooper. I literally hit fast forward and went to the finish for this because I can't stomach these 2, man.
So, funny that you say that, because I said, the first thing I said was, before they got out there, it's funny how we think of Mustafa now versus what he looks like there.
Oh, yeah, he's just an average enhancement talent with tights and boots on. Literally nothing special about him. He's just another guy, right?
Yes. I got a feeling that Muhammad Saeed and his tag team partner wouldn't be hanging out for real.
Why?
Look at this fucking dude, bro.
Sir, his name is Mustafa Saeed and not Muhammad Saeed.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Whoa, not whatever.
I tell you what, Z-Man on this finish right here he potatoes the piss out of Rex Cooper.
Damn, bro.
Coming off the ropes with that missile drop kick.
Yeah.
But double
That guy
drop
looks
kick
like
on
pure white trash, dude.
Oh, Rex
Who?
Cooper? Yeah, he
Rex.
does.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these 2 would not be hanging out.
I mean,
Why
just
not?
okay. So let me go back.
Look at this.
Look at it, Harper. Tell me what kind of car Rex Cooper drives and what it
my
smells like.
God. Jesus Christ. He
I rock-
drives. No, fuck no, dude. This dude drives like a 78 Nova.
And I don't know why
What's
you
it-
say they can't hang out. I mean, we hang out with Mike.
Yeah, but we don't have mullets.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Y'all are ignorant.
Y'all, you caught me on that one.
Yeah.
Good catch. Good catch.
Harper
This guy
doesn't
tried
even
to-
have hair.
Yeah, well, if I
It's
did have
wild that
hair,
I'm-
it fucking wouldn't look like this asshole.
It's wild that I'm the oldest one here and I have the most hair.
I know. What the fuck? No, no. That's not true, Doc. Mike has hair, but he chooses to go through this shit.
What an ass.
What a fucking dick. It's like he can walk, but he chooses to use a fucking wheelchair. The fuck?
That comparison is not even close.
No, you get
to
the
what's
fuck
happening.
it ain't, bro.
Hey, bro. You sound like D-Man just now. Bro, Harper, come on, man. Don't you making fun of people in wheelchairs? You think you're fucking funny, you ain't fucking funny. Harper, what does his 78 Nova smell like?
Oh God, they got fucking empty cigarette packs all over on the fucking floor. Old Milwaukee cans rolling around on the fucking floorboard.
And empty corn nut wrappers.
Yes. And probably some fucking some condoms in the center. Well, fuck, they didn't have center consoles. Probably like in a glove box. Got some fucking lifestyles.
You know, man, lock it up just in case, man, because you never know.
How full is the ashtray?
It is
All the
fucking
way.
full. Yes. It is
All
full.
the way.
Dude, I remember like when I was a kid in a Trans Am, I would purposely see how much can I get it like perfectly straight and full.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck I did that.
Dude, the world has changed so much. Cars not only used to have the ashtray in the center console, not center console, but in the center, you know.
Yeah.
But they would also have ones in the doors
Yeah.
that just
They would have
fold
one in
down.
the back seat, bro.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Imagine some motherfuckers smoking in your back seat trying to fucking use that ashtray and fucking up and burning your seats, bro. I would punch him in the fucking face, bro.
Imagine if you were driving some people this weekend and they just lit up a cigarette in the back seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, bro.
Nobody got canceled more thoroughly and faster than smokers.
Rightfully so. No, I'm kidding. Dude, look at his mullet, Harper.
That's what I'm saying. He looks like he could be in like Mad Max or something.
Nah, he's too low class for Mad Max.
Okay.
Watch this dude probably listen to the show. He's like, hey, them guys
Not
are
anymore.
talking about me. Oh man. Okay. Let's continue. We'll go to the finish again. So Z-Man hits this missile drop kick off the top rope. Really just potatoes Cooper. And the Ambient Express is going to win Sleepville or the Ambient Express, whatever one you want to go for. They win their match, and that's all I got. Doc, any thoughts?
No.
No.
All right, so from there, we got to listen to Shanghai Pierce and Tex Slazenger. They're going to cut a promo, and they want to talk about Gunn in Sleep Monster. Here they are.
An interview here with two guys who are making their mark in WCW tag team action. Right here, Tex Slazenger and Shanghai Pierce. I know you guys got something on your mind, and what do you got in the bag?
Well, don't you worry about what we got in the bag right now, Mr. Zabisco. What I'm here to talk about is Johnny Gunn and the Z-Man. Y'all saw that video they did a little while back. They sure did look right pretty in that video, didn't they, huh? You see that?
Yeah,
video?
they looked very pretty.
They sure did look pretty. Well, me and Shanghai, we know a few things about being pretty ourselves. Well, we was back home a couple days ago, right? We was driving around Canyon, around Pampas and everything. we pulled into the Pampas feed store and dry goods, right? You know, old Clem. Clem worked behind the counter back there, yeah. Well, we saw something we thought looked right pretty. And, well, we got it. And we got it right in here. We're not going to tell you what it is right now. But what we're going to tell you is that when a couple pretty boys come on down to Amarillo way, this is what they need. Tell them, Shanghai. Tell them what it is.
Yeah, we really have taken a liking to you two boys.
It's a real liking to them.
Don't you worry about going to them fancy shops no more and getting no more of them clothes. We're going to fix you right up, boys.
Tell them to know how to do it. They know how to do it.
We're going to teach you boys how to squeal, yeah. Real pretty, boy, real pretty, yeah.
What do you got in the bag? Don't you worry about what we got in the bag right now, right? Everybody's going to know what we got in the bag soon enough.
I want to know what's in the bag. I ain't going to lie.
What's in the box?
Yeah.
What's in the envelope? Remember the baby doll Dusty thing that time?
Yeah. It was the pictures, right?
It was supposed to be. They never unveiled it.
They're not good promos.
Wow.
No, they're not good promo.
I was afraid that it was
promo.
a reptile in the bag.
Well, no. Watts banned the reptile, so we can't do that anymore.
Maybe
By
you
the
should
way,
ban
Ian Riccoboni said he loved that segment because of Harper talking about why I didn't call them legless lizards. What's he got against reptiles? Oh, man. Yeah, I want to know what's in the bag. I mean, I liked it because they're making fun of the Ambient Express.
I'm more interested in why they want to make grown men squeal like pigs.
Well,
I mean, that's their prerogative, man. I mean,
you've seen Deliverance, haven't you, Mike?
No.
No?
Oh.
No.
I don't know what else to say then.
Okay. Well,
you know what that
we'll keep
means,
moving.
right? Squeal like a pig, right?
I mean, I know what the saying means. If you're asking me something in particular to that exact movie.
It's from that movie.
Okay, I've heard that a million times. I did not know it originated from that movie.
They get up out of the river that they're going down in the south or in the Appalachia, and some of the mountain folk grab one of the guys and talk about
he gets raped.
Pretty mouth. And
all right, well, we're going to keep moving. Jim Ross and Larry Zbyszko.
I feel like we need a BTT weekend where Harper and I show you a whole bunch of movies.
We still got to watch Weird Science.
We sure do. That is the movie that needs to be reviewed on Patreon. No doubt. Jim Ross and Larry Zbyszko throw to a special feature for the WCW Strongest Arm Tournament that's been airing on the secondary shows, also known as the Jesse Ventura Invitational. They are showing us here in these quick clips all of the first round results. So we are down to the semis at this point. So basically, Van Hammer defeated Vinny Vegas. Vader defeated Nikita Koloff. The Barbarian defeated Arn. Arn can't even win a goddamn arm wrestling contest these days. Ron Simmons defeated Steve Austin. And now we have in the semis Van Hammer versus Vader and the Barbarian versus Ron. And that's where we are with this thing.
Did y'all see where he's with Jesse Ventura's apparently talking to WWE again about doing something with him?
Like modern day?
Yeah.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He said he's been in talks with them. And he says, I can't do commentary because I don't watch the product, so I don't know who these guys are, though.
He was on Two-Man Power Trip years ago. Jesse was. And I'll never forget, somebody's phone's vibrating like Jaworski's toys. Jesse said something like, you two guys probably know more about what's going on. I ain't watched that current stuff in years. So, yeah, he has no idea what's going on currently. Neither do we when it comes to a couple of promotions.
I've been watching Raw and SmackDown.
Well, no, we could tell you a little bit about Raw and SmackDown, but not I don't even want to say that other organization because people get their feelings hurt.
Which, the one out of Florida?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Harper.
What?
They're interviewing Van Hammer, and Hammer says he's still competing in this, and he is armed and dangerous. That's how he sounded.
Jesus
Christ,
look at this fucking dude.
Look at the lockers behind him, too.
Yeah, it's the same old lockers. I'll be damned.
Right.
Are those real?
No, they can't.
I keep going back and forth between them being wood and made with 2x4s. By the way, Harper sends me a screenshot yesterday, Doc, of fake lockers sold on Amazon for $12.
Yeah, like a backdrop.
Like a backdrop.
What the
I'm like,
yeah. And I'm like, what they were using.
all WCW had to do was go on Amazon.
Yeah.
In 1992.
Right. They should have done that. They could have got it shipped the next day.
Yeah. Anyway, I got nothing from this Van Hammer promo. You got anything, Doc?
Not a damn thing.
So bad. We continue and go to Cactus Jack versus Italian Stallion, and these two son of a guns beat the piss out of each other. They're swinging for the fences on these punches as they're slugging away. Boy, Doc, this is something. I wondered at one point if Cactus was like, screw this guy. He's not a good human being.
What's he have against the Italian Stallion?
Well, he was an asshole to people. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, was he?
Allegedly. Yes.
That's not true.
That's the story.
That's the story. That's what I said, allegedly.
They claim he was a real leg breaker.
My feeling is this. Tony Schiavone, who I think is a good dude, he has not said the kindest things about Italian Stallion over the years on his show.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like in Tony's not, I think he can be a little curmudgeon sometimes on certain things, but with stuff like this, like I don't feel he like talks bad about guys usually, unless like he's personally witnessed it, and I feel like you can trust what he says because he just doesn't come across as somebody who's got a axe to grind. Now he does get pissy with people who think, you know, he's kissing up to Tony Khan and, you know, walking the company line. But
what company?
For that company.
Oh.
Anyway, anything from Cactus versus Italian Stallion?
You know, they did the spot where he rubs his face in the mat. Did you ever get that one done to you, Mike? And how did you feel about having your face rubbed in a wrestling mat?
It's nothing.
It's nothing?
No, I mean, half the time you're just rubbing your head and your freaking wrist.
Yeah, but it's gross, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's fucking nasty, bro.
There's a lot of shit that's gross in wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ever had another human being bleed on you? I mean,
that ring, the ropes, bro. Fucking gross.
I always think about the Paulie Walnuts line. He's like talking about taking a piss, and he's like, "You ever take a piss and you know your shoestrings are your laces, you're just sitting there and the piss is splashing and you get piss on your laces." You
That's
know,
so fucking true, bro. Like every time I go to like a public bathroom now, I'm like, these motherfuckers here piss all over the fucking floor.
Well, no, he wasn't even just talking about your laces dragging on the floor. He just was like, you know, just a splashing of piss on your laces. He's like, and if you think about it, it's kind of true. He's like, you know, so you go wash your hands, you got to tie your shoes later, and you're tying your shoes, and you got piss on your fingers now. I mean, so like I'm saying that because my God, if you ever been in a wrestling locker room and the pisser is full of piss, not in the urinal, but everywhere else. So you're dragging your boots across that shit, and then you walk into the ring. Getting in the ring. And then you're kicking dudes with the bottom sole of those boots.
Yeah.
The
bottom of your shoes are so fucking disgusting.
Disgusting. So I don't know. Yeah, you rub my face into the mat. I can make it look like my face is hitting the mat, and it's really not.
Okay. Well, I thought this was, as you previously mentioned, a good, hard-hitting match. And then Cactus goes outside and does crazy shit because he's Cactus.
Yeah, that cannonball was pretty nice when he did that.
Yeah.
And that's how Cactus wins. He gets back in the ring, and Italian Stallion is counted out. From there, we go to Jim Ross and the Starrcade Control Center. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead. We go to Johnny B. Bad and Cactus Jack, who are cutting a quick promo. Let's go to that right now. It's not long. Here it is.
Jarring kicked off with the Clash of the Champions. Johnny, let me get you to stand right over here, please, sir. And I know you got a lot on your minds. Scotty Flamingo's got to be in front of your mind, but you also got to be preparing for Battle Bowl.
Let me tell you something, Jim Ross. Scotty Flamingo knocked me out at the Clash of Champions with a loaded glove. My dreams are not going to be fulfilled. My goals are not going to be accomplished until I give you the beating that your daddy should have gave you. I am gonna rip your head off, Scotty Flamingo, at an arena somewhere across this country.
Come on, Johnny. It seems to me that you've been knocked out 2 times on national television. Bang, bang! And you're my partner there at Battle Bowl. I just want to make sure that you don't have that glass jaw. I don't care where else you do it, but don't you get knocked out at Battle Bowl, because Cactus Jack's going to look real good wearing that ring. Bang, bang!
Let me tell you something, Cactus Jack. The only one that's going to be worried about getting knocked out is you and Scotty Flamingo. Because I am going to advance to Battle Bowl and wear the ring that will look so pretty around my finger. Because
it wasn't great, but they're teasing this thing for Starrcade, and for some reason, again, they were chosen. Their names were already chosen for Battle Bowl, so I don't know. That's why I felt like I had to play it, because we already know what we're gonna get from them. Harper, look how dark he is.
Yeah, bro.
That's the other reason why I wanted to play it. His tan is glorious.
I think he tans naked.
Yes.
Yeah. He puts his hair in a ponytail too, so the back of his neck can get that
That's
get a nice
true,
tan.
huh? Fuck, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely does. I mean, he's tan as can be, and he's got rouge on his cheeks, his face cheeks, everybody.
Eyeliner.
I would love to see him and Dusty going through how this character was going to play out when he first came in. All right. Any other thoughts, Doc?
No, I like him fired up. It was kind of awkward at points because he's still figuring this stuff out, but he's earned our respect.
Jim Ross takes us to the Starrcade Control Center. There's a couple of quick promos in there from Sting and Vader talking about their finals in the King of Cable match that'll happen at Starrcade. Cactus also cuts a quick promo, and then we get an ad to draw up interest to make sure we call and order the pay-per-view. Doc, any thoughts on the Starrcade Control Center segment? Pretty quick.
No, not really. They're running this thing on a Monday night, though. 3 days after.
What?
3 days after Christmas on a Monday night, that they will then also be going up head-to-head with the NFL. The game that night was the 49ers versus the Lions, who were probably pretty good in that time frame.
Yeah, Barry Sanders.
Scott Mitchell maybe, or Eric Kramer at quarterback. Anyway, this would have been, they're going to find themselves at Starrcade competing against Joe Montana's last regular season game for the 49ers, and the 49ers won 24-6.
Wow. Yeah, we take for granted the pay-per-views being on Sundays, but I mean, like, that wasn't the norm a long time ago. I mean, these things kind of floated. All right, well, let's continue. Let's go to the next match. It is DDP, Vinny Vegas, and Scotty Flamingo in 6-man tag action versus Marcus Bagwell, Johnny B. Bad, and Brad Armstrong. Doc, they talk about the heat with Flamingo and Bad after Flamingo loaded the glove at the Clash when he knocked out Bad with the water. You know, I wasn't really too much looking forward to this, but the crowd is into it. They're loud. You know, this probably was better than we're going to put over, because it feels like just, I mean, I know they're not just throwing these guys in there together, because there is something with Bad and Flamingo and DDP and Vegas, because, you know, they were back there allegedly with Don King before the boxing match. But yeah, it sounds crazy, I know. But like as a match, it wasn't like, oh, it was like, all right, yeah, 6-man action. You know, I kind of guess would rather see singles action with Flamingo and Bad. But anyway, the fans were into it. What did you think?
Again, I like Johnny B. Bad being fired up, and then you get Flamingo trying to stay away from him. Gives us something to do. At one point, somebody, I think it was Flamingo, used the abdominal stretch. I said, man, I would pop if somebody used the abdominal stretch in 2024.
Yeah.
Somebody's jumping around, diving around, and somebody just snatches them, and Gunter throws them in an abdominal stretch and leaves them there for about 4 minutes.
That would be a great heel move, especially for a heel that normally would, you know, do some high impact moves off the ropes and could really, you know, fly and go. For them to put somebody in an abdominal stretch, because like the fans will start cheering. Kevin Owens used to do this with headlocks back years ago, you know, because Owens could hit a moonsault, and Owens is pretty agile for a big guy, but he would just grab a headlock and get on the mat, and the fans would start booing, and he'd scream, "Headlock master!" I can remember him doing that, and I'm like, that's great, because the fans are booing because they're like, they want to see him do more. So I agree, that would be great if somebody just, who's known to fly but is a heel, would just grab a freaking abdominal stretch and work it for a long time, where they start getting a boring chant.
Then we get towards the end and we get the big, you know, schmoz in the middle. There's a melee, and Larry points out that this melee looks like Bosnia.
Oh, wow.
So he compared that to some ethnic cleansing that was going on in the Baltic states in the early 90s.
The pre-internet and pre-social media was a different world.
Yeah. Old Bosnia.
You could just say things, and like Harper always says, it wouldn't be like it would just replay over and over again and go around the world for people to react. It just happened, and then yeah, you might have it on VHS, but you and your friends are watching it. What are y'all going to do? Call the news and say, they said this thing on a wrestling program. You weren't even thinking about doing that.
No.
But we'll go to the finish.
So we do need to get something. We do need to get something going with JBB and Flamingo.
So the hot tag to Armstrong by Bagwell. Crowd is loud. Brad hits a crossbody on Page, but the count is broken. There's chaos because all the guys are fighting in the ring. And then Brad hits Page with a Russian leg sweep, and Brad, Bagwell, and Bad win by pin. So Brad Armstrong gets a pin on Saturday night.
Did that surprise you?
Yeah.
I thought about that, because like I feel like, though, even later in the 90s, we'd see Brad get wins over people on Saturday night. Not on Nitro or nothing, not on any big shows, but I feel like we'd see Brad get wins. Like he wasn't going to go over on anybody big usually, but I don't know.
He'll get wins on like worldwide.
Yeah, that. And as I say that, I couldn't tell you who he beat, but I feel like I'd see him win. So I don't know if I was really surprised because who'd he pin there? Did he pin Paige?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm not shocked. Oh, what about you, Doc? Were you shocked?
Mildly surprised.
All right, we're going to go to a segment now with Tony Schiavone. He's backstage in front of these fake lockers interviewing Vader, Rick Rude, Harley Race, and Medusa are there too. So let's see what they got to say.
Tony Schiavone back with you on WCW Saturday Night, and still to come in this program, our tremendous main event. Ravishing Rick Rude and Big Van Vader together against world champion Ron Simmons and Sting.
By any means necessary. Tonight, I whittle away at the skills of the world heavyweight champion. I begin to pave the path for the greatest journey of all. The trip to the World Heavyweight Championship, whittling away at Ron Simmons, so when the time comes, December 28th, the man will be easy pickings.
No doubt your partner, the big 450-pound Big Van Vader.
Yeah! Oh yeah, Sting! You brought your 2x4 to the dance, but you didn't get the job done, did you, brother? Because Vader's standing here, looking you right in the eye. And you know all about pain, don't you, Sting? Because you know Vader feels no pain. But you remember the pain game, brother? Well, it starts all over again. In Ravishing One, I can't let this opportunity go without telling you, brother. You remember the Halloween Havoc? Well, you owe Vader one. If you win the World Championship from Ron Simmons at Starrcade, you gotta put your name on the dotted line for Vader. It's payback time, brother. I did one for you, you do one for Vader. Two.
Oh, what a match it will be later on in this program, fans. Let's go back to our next match right here.
What did you think about that, Doc? Especially the end with Vader telling Rude he owes him one.
Yeah, you saw Rude's face. He was like, wait, what?
Yeah, he's worried. And you gotta pay attention. He specifically said, if you win that title, meaning if Rude were to beat Simmons at Starrcade, Vader wants not the U.S. title, he wants the world.
And Vader's starting to morph into the guy that's going to be the lead heel for a while. He's starting to get it.
Yeah, I think he's just a badass. And Harper, you got thoughts on it?
No.
Uh-oh.
Don't sound so angry.
I mean, what you want me to say?
Here it comes.
I mean, fuck y'all said it. Y'all said fucking everything.
Okay.
It's hard to come on here every week for 9 years and say some shit about some shit.
Yeah, Mike.
Say some shit.
Well, because we could be doing it. It almost looked like there could be maybe a face turn for Rude because of the look that he gave Vader. Is that what the fuck y'all want to hear? You're welcome. Fuck.
By the way, Harper said he would start taking questions from listeners, but you're gonna have to pay for him to answer questions.
And even then, I don't know that I trust him.
And this is not a Patreon thing. This would be literally on the free feed. Harper was like, y'all say I get angry, I'll answer y'all questions, but I need to get PayPal'd. So every time you send him a few dollars, he'll answer your question. So you just have to email me. I'm sorry. Email Harper, Chris Harper 16. Okay. So
see, he's already getting mad.
The thing is, they'd have to send it to your PayPal, but how would I know if they PayPal'd you?
You're my agent.
Okay.
Agent.
I still can't see if they sent you money via PayPal.
All right. Well, I'll let you know if they hit me up.
How much you charge? How much you charge per question, Harper?
I don't know, Mike.
It's your no. Don't tell me I don't know. You're the one who needs incentive to answer questions.
Listen how exasperated he is just talking about the details. Wait till he gets actual questions.
How much, Mike? $10?
Oh no, that's too much.
$5?
$5 a question.
Yeah, $5. I mean, God.
So,
you can't buy shit for $5 anymore. I mean, literally.
You can't even get a pack of hot dogs.
For real, bro. A box of cereals is fucking not even $5 anymore.
Unless you go to the salvage store.
That's right, baby. I bought.
And you get $4 Scotch.
Bro, I got some fucking Cocoa Pebbles for $1.50. I won, bitch. I won.
All right, so back to Ask Harper. I've been trying to talk him into it, and it sounds like he'll do it. But he says, and it'll be on the free feed. Like, it'll be, I'll maybe stack it at the end of a show. We'll see. But his PayPal, first off, it's in the show description. It is cc30388cc@yahoo.com. So when you PayPal him, tell him who you are. Tell him, you sent the $5, and then you're gonna have to email me and screenshot the $5 you sent them. I guess I don't know how I'm gonna know they PayPal'd you, but I guess we'll figure that out. And Harper says he'll answer y'all questions.
That's right.
I tried on look, for everybody who's not understanding, we tried to do this on the Patreon feed years ago. Harper was not having it. He cut a promo on some poor listener about this. He's like, I ain't answering this shit. This guy's a freak. Okay? So we tried. He literally cursed the dude out. So we tried it. He needs to be incentivized. And for everybody who says, well, give him some of the Patreon money. Bro, after the bills are paid, this is a labor of love. We ain't making that much money on Patreon, if any. We might have got out of the red in the last year. So that for those saying that. Now, again, cc30388cc@yahoo.com. $5, he'll answer your question. Now, don't send 16 questions for $5.
Yeah,
he says that
you get one
$5, $5 a question. So make it a good one. Anyway, all right.
Or you can send me your questions, and I can weave them into Harper, and I'll charge you $3. No.
Damn, you're trying to undercut him.
Yeah.
I'm not. Y'all need to pay Harper. You don't get advice like this for free anywhere, you know?
That's right.
All right. Well, we just watched George South versus Ricky Nelson in a Battle of the Underdogs match. That was pretty good. And I can't even describe the finish, but man, he pinned George South, and that was look at that finish. Let's go back. Look at this.
Yeah.
So George South
great
goes
value Ricky Morton.
Yeah.
What would you call this, Harper, when he catches South? It's almost like he's going into like a tilt-a-whirl, but I don't even know what to call it.
And if you have cataracts, that kind of look like Jimmy Del Rey versus Ricky Morton.
George South does look a little Jimmy Del Rey-ish from far.
Oh yeah, he does, dude. With the hair, the mustache.
Yeah, and the mustache from far away. Now the trunks and boots give it away, obviously, but yeah, he looked a little like Del Rey from far. But that was a good little match right there.
Move, dude.
Yeah, it is. Like I don't know what to call it. Like, that's crazy. It almost looks like an accident.
Yeah.
Also, JR says that these two have wrestled each other in West Virginia in some smaller federations.
Okay. We saw Ricky Nelson in Smoky Mountain, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm tripping here. I'm like, wait. It's starting to click. All right. And we did see George South in Smoky. Not often, but I remember couple times we did see him. Yeah. All right, Doc. Anything else from that?
I like these little matches, but let's get to this. The up close with a devilish looking Barry Windham.
Yeah. So pay attention. There's some really good stuff in this promo on the Up Close and Personal with Barry. Tony Schiavone is doing the interview, and here it is.
With Barry Windham, a man who is formerly one half of the Unified World Tag Team Champions, and Barry, I must say very frankly, formerly a man that Dustin Rhodes called his very close friend.
Well, Schiavone, you've known me a long time, and frankly is always the way that I speak.
I know that.
Now, a word that keeps coming up when I talk to people is compassion. Well, I'll tell you what, they say that Dustin Rhodes has compassion. Well, it's not something that I lack, but I have it in a different way. I do have passion. I have a passion for winning. Dustin Rhodes has compassion for people that he calls friends. The time that he and I spent together were times that I will probably never forget. But compassion and friendship are two different things. Compassion is for old people and for small children, or people that don't have anything to lose. I had everything to lose because I counted on the World Tag Team Championships, and I worked long and hard with Dustin Rhodes, and I taught him everything that he knows, except the power of losing.
Well, you talk about compassion, you talk about friendship, but when you talk about that and you're talking about Dustin Rhodes, you got to talk about the entire Rhodes family.
Listen, for years and years, I was accused of riding on the coattails of Dusty Rhodes. Everywhere he went, I was there. Dustin Rhodes was always a little bit younger than me, so I was the guy that took the heat. I was Dusty's right-hand man. Well, I'll tell you what, Dustin, it's really not that bad a position, but I tell you what, you can have it. Because I'm out to prove something. And what you've done to me is you've made me a loser. Passion, compassion, whatever you want. You've made me a loser. And I've lost something, and you've cost me money. Money is something that I value above all. Money is the bottom line here, pal. And you have stepped between me and the mighty dollar.
Now, wait a minute. You said you had something to prove and out to prove something. How about the vicious attack right after the World Tag Team title match, Clash of the Champions with the chair?
Schiavone, I've already gone over it. You know that I'm a violent person. I was raised in a violent environment. This sport is not something where you go out and you kiss somebody on the cheek.
Okay, and then a couple of days later, the attack on Dustin Rhodes, attempting to break the arm, seriously injuring the arm of Dustin Rhodes. Is that proven?
I'm not denying anything. Dustin Rhodes is getting what he deserves. And like I said, it comes down to the dollar bill. Well, Dustin, you're going to feel the pain that I felt. When I had my hand messed up and Rick Steamboat stepped in, did I ever complain one time about my injury? You know what? I came back 3 months early. I taped up and I got right back in the ring. Never did I hear you say, way to go, BW. Not once. And I tell you what, those things stick out in my mind. And there's one thing that I have in my mind. The Rhodes name means nothing to me. And Dustin, I am setting out on a vision quest, if that's what you want to call it. It's my destiny for this time period. I'm going to make sure that you are through with wrestling because you have cost me. You have hurt me where it hurts most. And one of these days, in any arena in this whole United States or in the whole world, when I'm there squashing you down, you're going to come crawling to me on your hands and knees, and you're going to say, BW, please, I've had enough. Please take me back. I see you shaking your head, Schiavone. This is none of your business. It's really personal between me and Dustin Rhodes.
I can tell.
But Dustin, you will come crawling to me, and one day you're going to beg me to be your partner. And when that day comes, I just don't know if I'm really going to consider it that closely.
Barry Windham on WCW.
He's supposed to be a heel right there, but my God, I mean, he's not telling any lies.
That's true, huh?
I don't know what to make of it just because of that, Doc and Harper.
Yeah.
I thought this was the best one of these up close with Schiavone's that they've done. They finally named it after doing it for 2 months. They gave the segment a name, which is cute.
No, it's been called that for a while.
Oh, okay. Well, screw me. I thought Windham was great there. I think it was probably a minute to 90 seconds too long because he kind of repeated himself at the end. But I thought that was really good. I mean, even he backed Schiavone off at the end, which was good. You made me a loser. That's a great line.
Yeah.
You did this. That's the aggrieved heel. Now, we agree that he's right and it is legitimate, but in the psychology is, you did this to me, so now anything I do to you is okay.
Yeah. But he's telling no lies.
That was really good.
That was good shit, man.
And he's grown the facial hair, and he's got the ponytail and the glasses. He's looking smarmy. I'm here for it.
I was going to ask Harper what he looks like.
Flowers.
How do you describe his look?
He looks like a sergeant. He looks like an enforcer for like the Hells Angels, and he's trying to conceal his identity while he's on like 2020 or something with the sunglasses.
Like it's a wig on his head?
Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah. I'll be damned. This was good, man. The problem is he's telling no lies. And again, the thing that gets me is they show him attacking Dustin. Somehow he has been fined, though, for this right here. He attacked Dustin on the main event. He got involved in the match after Dustin pinned Vinny Vegas. He hits Dustin with a couple of chair shots, and he's now been fined $5,000. And the problem is, why isn't Sting get fined for breaking a 2x4 over Vader before his match? This is what I was yelling about last few weeks.
Yeah, for real. Why is that, dude? That's bullshit.
Yeah. Because Bill Watts is a freaking hypocrite, right? Yeah, exactly. I thought this was great. This was probably the best up close and personal we've seen so far, and I loved it. All right, we'll continue. Doc, we do get I almost said Stone Cold, a Stunning Steve promo. It's pretty quick. Let's go to it now. Here it is.
With Tony Schiavone. All right, Jim, thank you very much. Yes, Stunning Steve Austin, like they said. Dustin Rhodes has a lot of intestinal fortitude. It's going to be a great semifinal matchup later on in this program between you and Dustin Rhodes.
Of course, it's going to be an outstanding matchup, Schiavone. But what young Dustin Rhodes is finding out right now is that unless you're a part of some type of alliance, you never know who your true friends are. The breakup between him and Windham, I saw it coming. And Dustin Rhodes, I'm going to finish what Barry Windham started.
All right, that's it from Stunning Steve Austin. Let's go to the ring, the Unified World Tag Team Champions.
Meat and potatoes, but it's Austin, so I wanted to play it. Any thoughts, Harper?
No. Short and sweet.
Doc, you got anything?
No.
We go to Shane Douglas and Ricky Steamboat versus Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker, and will you look who it is?
Hey, I need
Chick
you to
Donovan.
play 53-25 to 53-31. Because he's wanting to do it. And by he, we mean Chick Donovan. He's thinking about it, but he's enhancement, so he's not sure he can get away with it.
He's going to the...
Yeah.
All right, I wanted to get a still shot of him. So there's Chick. Look at how glorious that hairdo is.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
He's thinking about it.
Yeah. 53-25, you said, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So
here it comes.
The CD.
You thought he was thinking about doing some dick dancing right there?
Yeah. Does the CD on his boot stand for Chick Donovan or Cock Dancer?
No, come on.
Both.
See?
It's like they could be tag team partners, huh?
Douglas is starting to really look like the franchise.
Yeah.
Is it the boots and their yellow tights?
Kind of.
Yeah.
The hair's starting to get in there too. But yes.
Yeah. It's hard to explain, but it's just little stuff. He kind of just it's starting to look like what you'll see in ECW for sure.
Yeah. Good little match
All
here.
right. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
No, I'm fresh out of thoughts.
I can't look at Chick Donovan anymore without thinking, ultimate dick dancer. By the way, there was a discussion on Patreon about where does Jimmy Del Rey fall into the
in his
dick
own
dancer
category.
slot. Well, I said, and tell me if y'all agree, I don't think you can put Del Rey in the same class as Chick, Stan Lane, or Rude. The problem with Del Rey is he was just a sleazeball.
That's not true.
He falls into like the sleaze category. He was super sleazy. And, he's banging Smoky Mountain meth rats and stuff. So it's like, Chick Donovan's getting high quality. Rick Rude's getting high quality. Stan Lane, we know the stories. Like, they're in high quality joints. Del Rey is at the trailer park doing his dancing. That's my thought.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
Right.
probably so. Yeah, for real, dude. Smoky Mountain? Fuck.
Not just that, he's missing teeth and wiggling, and he's not even honorable mention. He's just he's a sleazy guy, so it's kind of, he's in his own category. He's in the sleaze category. It's the well water. All right. Anyway, Douglas was taking the heat. Douglas suplex Donovan. He makes the hot tag. Steamboat comes in, all four guys in the ring. Crowd got quiet, like something was missing. Crowd was quiet during this thing. Steamboat does a crossbody on Donovan, and Steamboat and Douglas win by pin. The finish, honestly, was pretty flat. The crowd was with them, but I don't know what happened towards the end. It just didn't go anywhere for me. We then go to the next match, which is Steve Austin versus Dustin Rhodes. And Doc, I guess I will go to you. Let's get into this one, and you can tell me what you got from it. Are you on mute?
Hey.
Are you on
I
mute,
lost
Doc?
the call, bro.
Oh, I didn't know. I was saying we were getting into Austin versus Rhodes.
Yeah. I got a
Any
question
thoughts?
for you.
Yes.
Who has the TV title?
It was Steve Austin, right?
Isn't it vacant because of Scott Steiner won it? And then he's gone?
That's right.
Yeah.
I think
You
you're
beat
right.
Steve Austin?
Yeah.
When?
You might not have been on that show.
Oh.
It's really weird. I forget how they did the taping, but he won it, and I think then he got into an argument with Watts at the tape, and they literally show a clip of him winning it, and we never see him again.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I think their contracts aren't quite up yet, and I believe Rick Steiner's hurt, but Scott just got into it with Watts and was like, below me, dude, but they put the belt on him right before that. I believe is how the timeline went, and he's gone.
This was a lot of action at the beginning. There was a fast start. Stone Cold's out there pulling tights, trying to get the 3 count. I still don't know that if Larry is heel or babyface with his commentary. Don't know that I care. I don't know that it matters.
He goes back and forth, man. Like he'll say, like if you remember with the Dangerous Alliance thing, I'm sorry, not the Dangerous Alliance, but what Paul Lee told Medusa and how, he stooped kind of low with the way he was talking about women.
Right.
Like even Larry was like, I'm not a nice guy, but he might have went too far with that.
He sounded like that kicker for the Chiefs.
Come on, bro.
Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started.
I didn't. What'd I say?
Nothing.
I was talking about Steve DeBerg.
Steve DeBerg was a quarterback, sir.
Oh, well, whatever. Fill in the blanks.
Okay. Doc, what else you got from this one?
That's about it, because you can expect how this might end, and it ended that way, and I expected it, so I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, so let's go to the finish. They actually did not work like this long, lengthy match. So hold on, let me get to it.
It was good while it lasted, and then it broke down.
Yeah. So we get Dustin puts a sleeper on Austin. Then he hits the Bulldog and is about to pin Austin, but Barry hits the ring and breaks it up. So Austin is DQ'd. Windham takes his boot off and he beats Dustin upside the head, which is that old school wrestling thing. I'll always love it when they take the cowboy boot off and they just use it as a weapon. And I mean, we watched that stuff back in the day, and that was literally like, you might as well just hit somebody with a bat if you're going to do that. So old school stuff right there. And I thought it was pretty darn good, but what did you think, Doc?
Yeah, I did too. I like the fact that this is they're in this thing now, and it's heating up, and with the Johnny B. Bad and Scotty and Mark heating up there. I like that we're getting some things going.
All right. And then he beats the wrist.
That's
why
nice.
not?
That's heinous. Well, at least it's the left hand, so he's still got the right one for the Jaworski, I guess.
Come on.
I don't know. Grow up.
Always goes back to jerking off.
Always with you. What is that?
Always goes back to masturbating.
That was one of the moments in this show I will never forget. Harper goes, bro, you ever wonder why when you get done you fall asleep?
That's true, huh? It's like fucking NyQuil. It's like God's NyQuil.
I got so many tweets about that from people. Harper's not lying, man. When you crank one off, man, you just fall asleep after. It's like NyQuil.
Oh, yeah. If you got something to do afterwards, fuck you. When you call me doing it.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go to the main event of this week's show. It is Rick Rude and Vader versus Sting and Ron Simmons. So we got the heavy hitters out here, man. We got two people who are in the King of Cable finals, and we got the world champion and the U.S. champion on opposite sides. So this is, I mean, I don't know if you can get more impactful than this when it comes to stars, especially what we've done with guys like Arn Anderson lately. But, Doc, the kids in center stage love them some Sting and Ron Simmons, and they are into this match.
Oh, yeah, they're heroes.
Hey, these are the 4 top singles wrestlers in the promotion on a Saturday night. The crowd's into it. The stars are out. What else do you want?
Ain't it wild? Like, they got all 4 of these guys on here.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, in this one match, you got Harley and you got Medusa out there too. I mean, this is crazy. All right, I got a couple timestamps, but my first one's at 1:16:30. Doc, do you have anything before that?
Yeah, 1:16:08. And then just leave it running, because I got the next one with you as well. Dude, Vader's a mount.
When he collides with Sting?
Yes.
Yeah. Sting's got Vader in the headlock.
No.
And Vader just takes him out. So, yeah, Sting just took that tackle. It was like he ran into a wall.
Oh, yeah. He was going down whether he wanted to or not.
Yeah. We're also right here going to get Sting with a belly-to-belly and then a drop kick. And watch Vader. Here's a belly-to-back.
Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then watch this. Watch Vader bump. He leaps in the air and then bumps. I don't know if I've seen Vader do that.
Vader's going off his feet for him here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I got
like how they started
coming up.
I like how they started the match with Rude going first, because it's you got to Ron and Rude were in the ring for a long time, but they're selling a pay-per-view.
Watch Vader right here sit on Sting's chest. He slams him, and then here it comes. Jesus Christ. I know.
Hope it was breathing out.
For real. But Sting, to his credit, fights back. He does not die. He is going to keep fighting.
Can you give me 120.35?
Well, I think we got the same one coming up. Because I got 120.30. Is it Rick Rude swollen in hips?
He's going to realize that Chick Donovan's in the house.
Here it comes.
You gotta make sure that you. Oh
yeah, look at that.
I mean, he got a
gotta make
full
sure
rotation.
Yeah, then 121.45.
Look at the rotation he's getting with them hips, man.
Oh, he's thrusting.
Oh yeah.
You said 121.35.
121.45.
Okay, so we're getting into the finish here.
Yeah.
Because I had 121.15 when Sting moves out of the way to splash by Vader.
Okay, let's hit it.
Yeah, so here's the finish. So Sting moves out of the way of this splash by Vader, and then we're going to get a hot tag to Simmons, and the crowd is going absolutely nuts. There's a spine buster by Simmons on Vader. Is that what you had, Doc?
I think so.
So then we get all four guys in the ring.
I only know
Simmons
it was Jesus. Man, Ron's in hot.
Yeah, Simmons and Vader are the legal men. Race, here it is.
There you go.
Did you see Ron Simmons pick Vader up?
Yep.
Look at this. Bloop. Sidewalk. I mean, it's basically his finisher, or one of them. Race gets on the apron and Sting is throwing haymakers at him. Then Sting clotheslines Vader over the top rope. Rude drops a knee on Simmons' throat from the top. Rude hits Simmons with a Rude Awakening. And man, Rude ends up pinning Simmons as Vader and Sting fight on the outside. But I thought Vader and Simmons were the legal men. So, I don't know. It was really, really weird. Whoever was legal got confused. This whole thing got a little bit confusing here. But I tell you what. The crowd was into it. They loved it. It was hot. Harley Race was getting hit on the apron. Here comes that bump by Vader and Sting to the outside. And then here comes Rude in the inside. The crowd's going nuts. Rude's going to drop the knee. And then we're going to get a Rude Awakening for the win. So the heels win this thing. Look at Rude. He's waiting for the tag from Vader right there because he knows he's not the legal man. Okay, so he did make the tag. I was wondering if they did that. I missed it. All right. And then here comes a Rude Awakening. 1, 2, 3, Rude and Vader win. Doc, overall thoughts on that match?
I thought this was tremendous. I thought they set it up well. I thought they executed it well. I enjoyed the shit out of this match.
Yeah, maybe it goes like a sweeps week or something.
Well, it's December 5th. I don't know. Sweeps is usually in spring.
We got pay-per-views to
sell.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have pay-per-views to sell. But it was good. I mean, it was a good main event. Again, this is one of those things where I guarantee it. If you watch it today, you're sitting there saying, "Man, you shouldn't have pinned the world champion." I mean, I can hear that from any number of fans.
No.
But
now we know that we need to get this pay-per-view because he did pin the world champion.
So you didn't have a problem with that?
Nope.
All right. Harper, you had a problem with the world champion being pinned? Fine.
I mean, yes and no. I see both sides of it.
Harper's a principled man. He can see two sides of an issue.
Well, yeah. Right, because you don't want your champion getting pinned, but they're like, does it really matter? Because it was a tag team match.
Well, and that's the other part of it too. You got a U.S. champ, a world champ, and you got two dudes who are in the finals of the King of Cable who have both been world champions.
Yeah.
So I don't hate it, but I can see why somebody might say, "Man, you don't pin your world champion like that clean." That's all. All right, let's close out the promo. This is a closing promo on the show. It's Rude, Vader, Harley Race, and Medusa with JR after the match, and here that is.
Is still buzzing. The Rude Awakening on the world's champion, but you come off the top rope. That should have been a disqualification.
By any means means necessary. What you witnessed this evening was Ravishing Rick Rude planting a seed. December 28th, Starrcade 92. That seed will blossom into a beautiful flower, and I will become the next world heavyweight champion.
And what about you and Sting and the King? What did Barry Windham say? What's going on?
Excellent victory, man. And I just want to say one thing. Dustin Rhodes, I want this thing to be finished with. And next week right here, I want you on this television program, and we'll end this thing once and for all.
Fans, we'll see you tomorrow. The main event. So long, everybody.
Strong way to go off air if you ask me, Doc. Your thoughts?
Oh yeah, dude, they got 3 fucking heavyweights there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and not what you mean by, I'm guessing you mean by Barry coming out too there. It's
right.
Phenomenal.
Right.
Yeah.
It's almost
So that's
like
how
imagine if you had Flair, you think that could be the 4 Horsemen?
I never thought of it till you said it, but I could see it. Doc, what do you think?
Yeah.
Why not?
The only thing's missing from that is Arn, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, I forgot about Arn, but I mean we're not the only ones. Fuck.
You know what though? Vader wouldn't. It would be Rude, Barry, Arn, and Flair. Because I don't think Vader would. I don't think Vader would. I'm not saying he couldn't be one. It just I wouldn't see it that way. But Rude for sure. That smug attitude, 100%. All right, so before we get out of here and hand out the Toot Toot Award and rate this week's episode, please consider becoming a patron at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. It is our birthday month this month, and during the entire month of June, you're going to get, if you sign up for the annual plan, you'll get 2 months for free in terms of cost. If you're a current month patron, you can sign up and move to annual, and you'll get the same 2 months for free. So consider becoming a patron. tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT is where to do it. You'll get access to all of our clashes, all of our pay-per-views by WCW. You get the JV Goon Squad with the ECW shows, NWA Power shows. Plus, you get the world-class shows with myself and Lance on the Patreon feed. Again, that's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Doc, let me go to you. What are you going to rate this one? Good episode this week.
It's a really good thing that we have a strong episode on our birthday, but it was. There's a lot of stuff that is starting to percolate in the promotion. And there was some really good stuff that went on here tonight. I'm going to give this an A-.
I'm going with an A. Harper, what do you think?
I give it an A-.
Harper doesn't like wrestling like we do, Mike.
Well, I just come on, Mike.
He gave it the same thing you gave it, Doc. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Jesus.
He said
All
A-
right, Doc.
minus, didn't he?
No, I mean A-, not like Mike, who's this is an A, like it's the best thing ever, like it's Flair getting gold or something.
That's true. I mean, he is overrating it a little bit.
He's getting flustered over there as the show winds down.
5 stars.
Oh God!
7 stars.
No. All right. Well, Toot Toot Award. Who's getting that one from you, Doc?
I'm going with Vader.
This was hard.
Cut promos.
I'm going to give it to Barry.
That's a good choice as well.
Yeah.
Harper, who you giving yours to?
I'm giving mine to Van Hammer for winning the arm wrestling.
Oh, come on. He didn't win anything yet. He's just in the
giving it to, Barry gets it.
That's
Barry
a great
gets
choice.
Toot Toot. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, on that note, that's almost going to wrap up the show, but it is our birthday episode. Doc, how are you doing on time? I'm going to read through some of these comments. All right. Well, I'll start reading through these comments from the post that I made in the Facebook.
How many did we get?
It's a lot.
Okay.
30 plus.
All right, hit it.
Some of them are quick though. Some of them are quick,
Yeah.
So here we go. All right. So We got Matt Wilson. You can't fuck an Xbox. Well, that was on Harper's rant, and that was great. Matt Wilson, 3 words. Kenny's Key West. That was tremendous as well.
Yeah.
Smoky Mountain genetic defect guy. Boy.
Oh.
I think we all remember that moment in Smoky Mountain with the filthy cameraman.
As it has ever been.
Harper cutting a promo on the OVW fans from Wrestlers, the Netflix special. Yeah, you'd have to that was on Patreon, but I do think I clipped that and put that clip on YouTube. That was the well water discussion.
Oh yeah.
Harper talking about fucking cokeheads.
Oh, no.
All right. Chris Zoncha, when you were covering Summer of '88, Crockett, and you were talking about the Sullivan Precious angle, you guys were talking about how the angle was kind of out there, and Harper just blurts out, yeah, abracadabra, I'm dying. Okay, Zoncha. Jonathan Meisner, Harper comparing Latinas to coyotes.
That's nice.
That was an all-timer.
Aya Winter says Harper taking a piss without pressing mute, or the first time we had what became the annual Thanksgiving tradition. Those are 2 great moments. Matt Wilson, I think this one legitimately woke me up from sleeping. Cutting promos on Hallmark Christmas movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Wilson again, Weilers. That's a Darren story when Darren mom bought Weilers instead of Kool-Aid and he missed out on the BMX bike. Kevin Jeffrey says the Harper Deaf Girl story is the best moment ever on the show. Doc's Smoky Mountain facts by location was the highlight of the Smoky Mountain reviews.
That was fun.
It turned into, let's see, we're in a town in the Smokies. It is poor and white. It's what it turned into after 200. I say after 200, but after half of the episodes where you've been everywhere, it's like, we doing this again? Doc goes, yes. Let's see. I got it pulled up here. Poor and white. All right. Ryan Damon says 16-0 Super Bowl suck it. Now with NFL inflation, it is 17-0 Super Bowl suck it.
That's right, brother. We're getting that all ready for next year.
Steve Pokenhorn. I hope I'm saying that right, Steve. Mama's got a pot roast on. Actually, it was Baby's got a pot roast on, uttered by Robert Fuller. That's good stuff. Markel Briones says Pillman, where he winks at the kid while doing the well, our listeners love these, but you know, there's a theme here. Like, it's not so much the wrestling they enjoy; it's just the camaraderie.
Right.
Tim Westcott, Harper guessing what everybody drives and what it smells like. Well, we did that tonight. Joshua Daniel Rathburn says Harper in the genetic defect that jumped him at the event.
Oh, no.
The retelling was hilarious. For those who don't know, that is on Patreon at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Harper was legitimately, I'm not trying to be funny, he was attacked by a special kid. I'm not trying to be funny and laugh at the kid. It just happened. And that night, Luke Hawks texts me and goes, bruh, Harper got attacked by a special needs kid. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And Luke never texts me right after a show because he's busy. So that's how I know it was ridiculous. Mark Wilson, Tim Horner Warndorf. Boy, that was something.
I was wondering if we were going to get some Horner at Wildlight.
Mark Wilson again, the T-Rex, especially when he went to the Spam Museum. Mark Wilson again. That's on Patreon as well. tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT.
And I have talked to somebody recently who still stays in contact with him.
Oh Jesus, why?
He's a good dude. Like, you know, I have to say that about the T-Rex. He's a good dude. All right, let's continue. Mark Wilson again. We don't have many more. Mark Wilson again. So it has become a bit played out over time, but the very first time Harper randomly went into the Ukrainian whistleblower, when he became Deep State Harper, is what Mark is talking about there.
We were, oh my God.
I couldn't breathe that
Yeah,
night.
I get it. And for anybody who thinks we're doing this, we get it. It is a little played out by now. So we wouldn't be doing it still if we were in charge of this. But Harper, what are you going to do?
Right. Adam Price, can't narrow it down to one. You guys are dedicated. Congratulations, boy. He ain't lying. We are dedicated. Michael Angel, why is he posting? D-Man in the Weilers bit. Harper make memories clip. Harper talking about some skank he met at Mardi Gras jobbing out to him. That was the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. That was the Squirter. That was the Squirter episode, and I'm just going to leave it at that on Patreon.
Oh, boy. That fucking broad.
Kevin Carter.
Had to fucking delete her from my phone.
Yeah, and you should have never sent this video of that nonsense.
Well,
I remember Harper sends a video and Doc goes, I got to figure out how to get this off my phone. My kids grabbed my phone. Kevin Carter says, circle, bruh, for real.
Yeah.
Sean Stewart, Doc always saying you are white. Craig Norman, Harper's Coyote rant. Josh Fields, I was waiting for this one. Oh, go ahead. You'd say something?
No, I was just riffing.
We just got 4 more to go. Josh Fields, Harper and Bigfoot. It's just kid stuff and Harper's deaf girl story. Harper and Bigfoot, I think that was the first mention in this, and that was one of the greatest moments. Me and Doc were hyperventilating at the end of it. We couldn't breathe. We were on mute because we were choking and coughing and laughing. Aaron Miller, Harper comparing Latinas to coyotes. Keith McIntyre, Harper talking about seeing the big lady at Walmart. If he suplexed her, can he get her over if she sandbagged him? That made me become a patron. I forgot about that. He was talking about suplexing this big broad in a Walmart scooter, and he was like, I don't know if I could get her over if she sandbagged me. Oh, my God. Joseph Rojas says, Harper talking about taking a piss while forgetting to mute the mic. Also, Harper making fun of GameStop employees and the Young Bucks. Oh, boy. Those are some of the many great moments of Booking the Territory.
I got one that it's not my favorite, but I love it, is when Harper was talking about he was getting it on with some girl and the turtle was hitting the...
Oh, yeah, clonk, 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 hitting the fucking glass.
I like that.
Harper said he's in the bed and all he hears, da-dum, da-dum,
bro.
Da-dum. And he's like, bro, I'm like, what the hell's going on? And it's this turtle with this big hubcap shell hitting the glass.
I got used to it after a while.
Yeah, getting the rhythm.
Yeah.
All right, one last.
You know what I noticed about those though, Mike? A lot of those are in the last couple of years, which means we're just getting better and better.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't disagree there. All right, I got one more, and this is the last one that I'm seeing before we shut down the show. It says from Chris Sapita, longtime listener. My favorite moment is when I tweeted I was looking for a new podcast to listen to in August 9 years ago, and you somehow saw it and told me to listen to your show. Boy, do I regret those early shows, but I was watching the E back then because my son was, and you guys made watching Raw somewhat fun. Woo! Boy, you ain't lying.
Lord.
Yeah, and those are all of the ones that are actually here at the moment. So I can't, you may post more after the fact, but I don't have any more that I could read right now. So if it's after Chris Cepeda's and if I didn't read it, that is why. But I thank you all for all of you who submitted a comment there. It is greatly appreciated, and it was good stuff, and I enjoyed it. So, and that is the end of the birthday episode. So appreciate all the comments. Appreciate all the support of over 9 years. Let's hope for 9 more, if not many, many, many more. And I don't think I got anything else. Doc, do you have anything else? If not, I'm going to throw it to Harper to hit the tagline.
happy birthday to us. I still enjoy figuring out what time Harper's going to get online every Tuesday night when we record, and then what we're going to get into. It's still fun. And like you said, man, let's keep it rolling.
Stay tuned at the end of the show this week. There may be a message from AI Jim Ross. I'll leave it at that. Harper, won't you hit the tagline and we'll get out of here.
Book it, bitch.
Congratulations on making it to the end of this week's show. Don't forget to send your comments about what the guys discussed tonight to Luke Hawks on Facebook and on Twitter or X or whatever the piss they call it now. The rumor is Luke likes answering BTT fan mail. Also, do the guys a solid by liking the show's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. And don't forget to like and retweet or repost the show on all social media platforms. Lastly, become a BTT patron member where you get tons of extra shows. You can join at tinyurl.com/BTT Patreon. Until next week, so long, everybody.